Everybody, if you're watching this, thank you. And if you like this, before I'm through, push the subscribe button, and thumbs up I think helps. I'm not sure about that. Like I said, I'm still not quite sure how YouTube works. But everybody's been talking about the debates, and I'm just going to do a really quick reading. I'm not going to keep you guys here for 40 minutes like my last one, but I'm just going to do a line across on 5 people to see if they're still going to be there next year at this time. Just to see if they're going to be there next year at this time. But I do want to say something, because I realized the last few days that I owe a friend of mine an apology. And it's about politics. And she, as far as I know, she used to work for me when I owned the bar many, many years ago, and we're still good friends. But when I got together with her, right before the election and stuff, and we were talking about who she was supporting, and she was or during the primaries last year, and she was a really big Bernie fan. And she was telling me, to the point where she would sometimes go to the TYT rallies. And I was a big Hillary Clinton fan, because I had followed her career all my life and read all the books on her and all the books on her husband. Plus, I'd always watched news media, that was backed by Big Pharma and all that kind of stuff. MSNBC, I thought that was way to the left 3 years ago. But anyway, I was telling her, all this great stuff about Hillary, and there was a lot of great stuff about Hillary, except for the part that she was owned by the big corporations and stuff. All of her funding came from mega donors and stuff. But at that time, it was just so accepted. But the reason I feel like I owe her apology, because as much as I've always followed politics, I didn't do my background on this. I really didn't do my background on it, because she was telling me all this great stuff about Bernie, and I says, oh yeah, he's always been good. And she was telling me, and I said, oh yeah, I know all about him. I know all about Bernie. But I didn't. I really didn't know anything about Bernie. I didn't realize that he got all of his money from small donors, all his political career. And I didn't realize how bad the people were really looking for something different. Had he gotten the nomination, I'm sure he could have won the election. I don't have a doubt in my mind now that I look back over it. But anyway, so her name is Debbie White, and I wanted to apologize to her because my cup was too full and I didn't do the research. And sometimes we do that. We get headstrong in one direction, and we just don't, even if we think we're liberals or we think we're paying attention to all sides, we just don't pay attention to the facts or what's really going on or what's really been dug up. And I was, we were all really upset who loved Hillary, because we knew there was all this crap coming out, and we knew it wasn't true, and we didn't know where it was coming from. So that also made us push back a little bit, I'm sure. But anyway, I'm just going to do a quick reading, not on who I thought came ahead in these debates. I mean, I think Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren kicked ass. But, and the rest of them was just busy trying to bite each other. But that's just my opinion, and opinions are like assholes. Everybody's got one, so you don't expect you to think like I do. And but anyway, I'm just going to do some lines across here on I wrote down 5 different candidates' names here that's still in the running right now, and looks like they're going to be for a while. And what I want to do is I'm just going to do a quick line across on them to see if they're still going to be here next year at this time. I'm not for sure when the primaries are over with or through, but I think they're still going on a year from now almost, before the final pull down on all of them. So anyway, I'm just going to look at the cards really quick on these 5 candidates and see if they're still going to be there. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. So the first one, I'm going to give myself away here. Maybe I should use the royalty cards for this one because she's my favorite. But the first one's Elizabeth Warren. Let's see if she's going to be there a year from now. Elizabeth Warren, are you going to be there a year from now? Are you going to be there a year from now? Are you going to be there a year from now? Elizabeth Warren, 1 year from now. I'm going to cut these cards. Are you going to be there a year from now? Are you still going to be in this race? Or? Well, she's got the star card right now. I might have to raise this up a little bit here. Excuse me. Get this too bright and it's too glary. So we got the star card for Elizabeth Warren. First out of the bunch. And then we have the present. So it shows the 2 of Swords. So if anybody's been donating to her, maybe they ought to send her another donation because it looks like she's got a big decision to make right now. And I hope it's not whether to take donor money. I hope that's not what's coming up. So one of the people that watch my channel already said something about her taking donor money. And I'm sure she's probably taken it in the past. But from what I understand, she's not taking it. She signed this pledge at TYT and I think it's no donor money. So you can correct me if I'm wrong. I've been wrong before. But anyway, so the next one is what's going on right now is a big decision. She has a decision to make that she's really concentrating on. And the challenge is the 6 of Coins. So it is a money decision. Definitely a money decision. I don't know if this is on that deal or not. I'm not sure where that camera's headed. But it's a big decision about money she's got on her mind. Okay, so we're still working on Elizabeth Warren. She's got the star card. She's got the big decision. Her problem, her challenge is going to be having enough money coming in and getting the money from the right places. And, wow. And the outcomes for her future is the 10 of Cups. Well, that couldn't be much nicer. That could not be much nicer. That's a beautiful card. So definitely I'd say she's going to be there a year from now. Now the next one is Bernie Sanders. And right now, man, he's got the angel of truth. He's set some fires under people. He's got people thinking. I think her and Bernie both got people thinking, but Bernie's got people thinking, and they're thinking good things. What they're seeing is this is like the angel of truth. It's like I think it's burning through all the corporate money there in politics, just showing that yes, you can get there with the right attitude without this corporate money. The present. The Page of Cups. Page of Cups. Somebody's going to make him an offer. And if it's corporate money, they're wasting their time. You start with you don't need it. But maybe it's going to be some kind of pact between him and Elizabeth Warren. Maybe they're already talking about it since it's right under that big decision card of hers. I don't know, but there's some offer coming forward here. Maybe they're going to make a pact where if one gets it, the other one's going to take the other one with them and vice versa. And that would be a good team. The only reason I'm not really big about having him in there as president is because of his age, because I want somebody that can be a two-term president. We're going to need somebody that can get in there and just work their self up. Take care of things that need to be changed. I'll be nice. I was going to say work their butts off, but I guess that wouldn't surprise anybody who's been watching my readings. But the challenge is the Fool. I know almost everything he says and does that comes out of his mouth is generally good. Although Marianne Williamson really got him good on that reparations. She's been pulling for this, gosh, way back. I've been listening to her tapes and reading her books for 40 years, and the first time I ever heard anything about reparations, it was from her. So this is not a new ideal from her. And what she was trying to get across, that if they do reparations, you just give it to the children and the grandchildren and great-grandchildren. You don't tell them what to do or dole it out or say this is college money. You just give it to them. So maybe he needs to look back after she kind of got him on that last night and look at how he feels about this, and maybe even come out and say, you know, I never looked at that side of it, then maybe that was right. Maybe that was right. The last card is the Death card. So I don't feel, this is the future, I don't feel like that's physical. I'm not going to say that's physical, but I'm just going to say I can't imagine anything that could come out that would stop him from being there a year from now. But maybe he will have some health issues, or maybe it'll just be a total change. Maybe, who knows what's going to happen in the next year. We'll be lucky if we have a fair election. That's why everybody needs to make sure they vote, because this may be the last thing we have even close to a free and fair election if we don't get Trump out of there. The next person is Joe Biden. See what Joe's doing. Two of Cups, Two of Cups, Two of Cups. He's making deals. Of course, we know he's been running all over, making deals with huge, huge donors. And we know that includes the oil companies, the pharma, it's just, it's the way business has always been done. I'm not putting him down for it. It's just, it needs to change. That's just my opinion. I shouldn't be saying this. I shouldn't be pushing it. But he is making a deal, thinking he's made a deal in the past. Okay, maybe he's going to, this is the past. In the past, he's made deals. In the present, he's kind of worried about the deals he's made in the past. You know, he's laying awake nights thinking of some of these. I'm wondering how it's going to come through and how he's going to spend it when it comes through. Not that they were under the table or bad. They're just things that's not working for right now. Things change. Things are moving forward fastly in these times. So anyway, he's laying awake night thinking about some of these deals he's made in the past. And the challenge is the world. And that's that these deals he's made in the past, because he's an honest person and a forthright person, everybody knows all the different deals he's made in the past and who he's made them with. The whole world knows. So there's no reason to try to hide any of them. He could say he's changed his mind on some of them or something like that, but it's you can't go back and change the past, so he's just going to have to own up to it, because the whole world knows, and they might love him enough to go ahead and elect him anyway, because he's a very lovable person, a very kind, nice person. And his future is justice. So if it's going to help the United States and be good for us for him to get in, he could definitely still be there a year from now and be fighting like crazy, maybe be on top. So we got Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders, and Joe Biden, and the next one, I've got written down here is Pete Buttigieg. Pete Buttigieg. Buttigieg. And he just kind of sifted in there through the cracks. And he is a smart man. He's very smart. I don't personally feel like he's ready for prime time, but because of his looks and because of his I was going to say, if you can't dazzle him with brilliance, baffle him with bullshit, but he is pretty brilliant. He's a brilliant man. But and he does know how to pull these answers out of his butt, I'll say that for him. And he's very likable, very lovable guy, and I'm sure he's a nice person. But let's see what the cards say for him. He's way too far right for me. That's why all these Democrats that are turned, all these Republicans that say they've given up their Republican deal and they're all now Democrats, they're all pushing for him. Biden and him, they're the two that they're backing. So anyway, Buttigieg. Got the King of Wands here. So this is the past. He's always kind of talked his way right into everything. Pretty much so in the past. Whether it's going to work for this in front of the whole world, we don't know, do we? In the present, he's juggling. Of course, they're probably all juggling, but I don't know what he's juggling. This is a money card, but it's also sometimes just used for a juggle card. He's juggling maybe just some stances he's going to take, because he knows he's going to have to get on one side or the other of a lot of this stuff that keeps coming up, and soon, the smaller the stage gets, the more he's going to get pinned down to it. So maybe he's juggling in the present of which side he's going to take of different things. And his challenge, we got the Three of Wands. His challenge, and I don't think it's anything to do with him not knowing enough about overseas. He knows more than, as much or more than most of them that are running, because he has been in the service and he's been deployed. But I think that Russia's going to send all kinds of stuff after him. I have a feeling that he's going to get more of this online warfare than some of the other ones for some reason. They're afraid of him for some reason. Maybe it's because he does have a clean start now. No matter how much money they give him to run his campaign, that's all they've given him this one time. But anyway, it looks like Russia's going to try to interfere with him getting the nomination. For some reason, they don't want him in there. Which reminds me, I already heard that Putin and Trump talked on the phone today. I think something came up in my last reading about that or something. But anyway, I just thought it was interesting when I heard it, because it just kind of, I thought, didn't you say something about that? I'll have to look back at that and see. Anyway, and his future card, wow, is the Nine of Cups. This is the yes card, so I will say yes, he will still be there a year from now. And now we're going to do one more for Kamala Harris. I know there's other ones. I was going to do one for Cory Booker, but let's do Kamala Harris. I only have so much time. I don't want this to run on and on and on and on and on. So the next one's for Kamala Harris. And I'm going to go ahead and put it upside down, because it's money. And it's kind of the dark money. So in the past, she's got a heavy past. And of course we found that out during those debates, because she couldn't even come out and say, no, I didn't do this, because what she was accused of, yes, she has done. So she knows. I know she's getting a lot of donations, but there's still something going to be messed up about her money. That's what I'm saying. We're going to hear something about her money sometime in the next year. The money may be coming into the campaign or something. And in the present, with this deck, I've got the jail card. And I'm sure it's not her going to jail. It's some of this stuff that came out that she couldn't even come out and deny about putting some people in jail. She's just got to... You don't do the kind of job she done and not have to make... what would... give and take, what would you call it? Not sometimes have to make a decision that's probably not quite right. I don't know, I've never had that important of a job, but I just got a feeling that's probably how it is. So that's another thing that some of this stuff about some of these people she's put in jail and maybe not let out of jail when she should have, that's going to be her, that's what's going around in the present. Maybe that's because it's being thrown around on TV, who knows. And for the challenge, she's got the Hanged Man. In fact, it's even the Hanged Man upside down. So, I don't know. We'll have to look at the last one, but that's her challenge. It looks like maybe she's going to have trouble getting more money coming in, although from what I understand, it's really flowing to her now. And that Marianne Williamson, bless her heart, she took in $4 million in 24 hours after that debate. It's about time somebody listened to her. I've been listening to her for years. But anyway, she's a wonderful teacher. I don't know about president. I don't think she plans on being president. I think she's just wanting to wake the people up. And the future card for Kamala Harris is the Hermit. Of course, this is just for a year from now. So for some reason, I wouldn't be surprised to see her pull out of this race before a year's up. I don't know what comes up or what opens up or what doesn't open up, because she's really good. But I wouldn't be surprised from these cards to see her pull out of it. But I also wouldn't be surprised if she doesn't end up being Secretary of State or defense, or you know, or something in the cabinet that's high up before it's all over. But anyway, so we had Elizabeth Warren with the Star card, decision. Their challenge is money, but it looks like she's definitely going to be there with this 10 of Cups. She's still going to be there a year from now. With Bernie, we got this Angel of Truth and Light and Fire coming through. That's a great card for him. Then we got somebody trying to make a deal with him, which is kind of interesting because it's right under where Elizabeth Warren's making decisions. So maybe they are going to decide to back each other in this election, at least for a while. And his next card is the Fool, which means new beginnings. And then after that, he's got total change. So I hope not, but I wouldn't be surprised to see something happen to his health or something. I don't know, something totally changed for him by this time next year. The third one is Joe Biden. We've got the deals he's made in the past, a bunch of deals. And I'm sure most of that's with the Democratic Party and with the Democratic donors, And he's laying awake night kind of worried about that because he knows he can't hide any of this stuff. He's already learned that. He's going to have to own up to it. And to say he's changed his mind or he backs it. Because the whole world knows everything that he's done, and he's like, everything's on record. But in his last card, he's got Justice. So if he's supposed to be there, he'll be there. He'll still be hanging out if that's what's best for the nation. The next card down is Pete Buttigieg. He just kind of really, we got the King of Wands here, he kind of just drifted right into that mayorship and did good at it. I mean, I'm sure he worked all his life for his education and everything else, but so far it's been pretty smooth sailing for him. But he knows if he's going to go all the way to the presidency, he's going to have to juggle some kind of money around. Although he's got huge donors. A lot of people in Hollywood are backing him already. And that's another thing where if he stays in there at all and don't get in too much trouble, he might end up being somebody's vice pick, because I don't think anybody has any idea how many bisexual people there is in this world and how many gay people there is in this world, because it's all been kept in the closet for so many years. So if he did get in there, even as a vice president, I can see it bringing a lot of people out to vote for him. And I'm sure that other people's looked at that end of the totem pole too for him. Russia's going to bombard him with ads and everything else. Probably something to do with being gay. I forgot about that when I seen that the first time, because I don't even think about people's sexual deal, but I guess. But whatever happens, he's going to be there. He got the 9 of Cups. Yes, he will be there a year from now. And then we got, for Kamala Harris, something about the money, dark money, upside down money. Something to do with some people she put in jail or didn't want to let out of jail. That's what's being thrown around right now, because that's in the present. Her challenge is, I'm going to say hurry up and wait. I don't even know what it means, but maybe it'll come to the surface. So we got the Hangman upside down, and it's like hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait. And then her future card is the Hermit, which I can't imagine her ever. I don't know, maybe this whole thing, if she doesn't win, maybe it's going to quieten her down, but she needs to keep going because she's a good legislator. They're all good. They're all great picks. But anyway, that's all I've got to say, and I probably went on too long. I need to cut a lot of this out because I don't want it that long. I don't want it too long. But anyway, I want to tell my friend Debbie White that I owe her an apology for not doing my homework 3 years ago and just thinking that my cup was so full I knew everything. And that's not right. So I want to thank everybody that's watching. And if you'd like a personal reading, you can get a hold of me at lynntarotreadings@gmail.com. lynntarotreadings@gmail.com. And I love to do readings, and I don't know if it's because of the month or what, but I got all kinds of openings this month. This month just started today. Got all kinds of openings, so I can get you right in right away. That's what I'm doing for my August. So here I'm stamping those cards over there. They're probably making a lot of noise on this microphone. Anyway, so I want to thank everybody for watching, and thank you. Night now.